Sapiens from Cyrille Leroy. I don't know this one.
Cyrille Leroy.
Leroy. Okay, we always struggle with these names, but okay. A tile laying game, and with some kind of domino mechanism, if I recall it correctly from Nuremberg, which is very interesting. So yes, what is Sapiens? It's, by the way, it's for 2 to 4 players, age 10 and up, and 45 minutes. So also not a super heavy game, but a family game.
Yeah, it's a perfect gateway game, I think. It's as you said, it's inspired by dominoes, so it's really simple to understand. But there's a great depth and the strategy in the game, definitely.
Okay, so what do we need to do here?
So we are playing as I have a little setup to do. Sorry. We are playing. We're leading a tribe of prehistoric
Cavemen.
Cavemen, yes.
Yes.
This is not good. And through a valley. So each of the players has this valley board in front of him. They're actually a random setup because they are in 2 parts and double-sided. So when you assemble them, it's never the same layout. And so what you will do during your turn is play one of the 4 tiles you have in your personal pool here and put it on the board. At the beginning of the game, you start from a cave. So those are caves, 6 caves, okay? And you have to match the little scene on your tile with the symbol on the token. Okay, so for example, I could start like this. When you explore a cave at the beginning of the game or during the game, you take as many shelter points as this little number here. Okay, and you get to keep the token, which is a free action for to use once during the game. So the shelter points are tracked on this board. So I would get 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would take another tile from the common pool here and add it to my add it to my personal pool. So now it's the other player's turn. They do just the same. And after that, during my turn, I have to place a tile on the board with a scene matching another one here, like this. And actually, I cannot play if 2 scenes that are not matching, that are not identical, touches. Okay, so I really have to make all the touching scenes match. When I do that, there's 2 things happen. The first thing is that I take as many foot points on the number as on the number here, the square here that I covered with the.
But only the first square, or also the second one?
All those that are connecting with another scene.
Okay.
So this doesn't connect with anything, so I take only 1 here. Only 1, and I keep track here. The second thing that happens is that it triggers the action of the scene. There are 8 different scenes, and they all do something different. Let me tell you a little bit about what they do. For example, the gathering scene, you can only play on a forest tile, and it gives you 1 extra foot point. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Okay. The hunting scene with the mammoth, okay, here.
Yeah.
You take a meat.
Here.
You take a meat token.
Yeah.
Okay. And whenever you take a meat token, you can choose to convert all your meat tokens into food. But you can only do that when you play a hunting scene. So at the end of the game, if you have a lot of meat tokens unused, they're worth nothing. They're lost.
And if you kind of stockpile them, then they're worth more.
Yes, of course. It's a risk you can take, but if you can't play another hunting scene later, they're all lost.
Okay.
Now, what do we have? We have the hut scene. So you build a hut, it gives you 3 shelter points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have the fighting scene, the little red one here. It adds more interaction into the game. It allows you to put 1 fist token on an unplayed face-up tile around the table. So it can be yours, it can be in the common pool or in the personal pool of another player. Okay, and whenever someone plays a tile with one of your fists on it, he has to pay you 1 food. Okay, so you can use that to steal food from your opponent, or to make to reserve a tile that are really interesting for you, and that becomes less interesting for them.
Yeah. Okay.
From the
From the common pool.
From the common pool.
Yeah.
What else? There's the fire. The fire scene. It allows you to move bears. Bears are those little tokens. Okay, so you can move a bear to another board to block
A space.
to block a space.
Yeah.
But when you do so, it also gives you 1 shelter points per connected scene. So you will have to decide if you want it to block someone. For example, let me make you an example. Here, you would block someone but get only 1 shelter point. Here, you would not block him at all, but you would get 2 shelter points. So you have to decide if you want more shelter points or if you want to really annoy your opponent.
So, what are these shelter points I need for? So I need them to score, right?
Yes, at the end of the game, so you have food points and shelter points, and only the lowest of the two is counted. So anyone who has the highest second score wins the game.
So it's no use kind of only going for food or only going for shelter points.
You have to have a balanced strategy.
Okay, yeah, I think it looks very cute, very accessible, and every player builds his own board. It's just like you can move the bear to the other position and place this token. So it's really like building your own valley and your own kind of tile.
You build your own tribe, but there's still interaction with the others through certain actions. So it's you don't play on the same space, but you can still annoy the other players.
Yeah, very sweet, very funny. I think we play very soon.